this is one of the versions of Van Gogh's bedroom at Arles. And so he would paint his bedroom quite a bit. Not a ton, but a few times at least. And it shows a great idea of space, okay? So what I want you to do is create your own bedroom. So this is a smaller sheet of paper. It's about a 9 by 12 sheet of paper. And what I'm going to ask you to do is find a straight edge. So a straight edge is a piece of paper that's been cut straight, or anything. It can be a box or anything that's just cut straight. And when you go to get your paper, what I want you to do, you can do this with a friend at your table. I want you to lay down this straight edge, grab the corner of your paper, and then pivot this to meet the other corner of this paper. It's a little tricky. If you do this, it gets a little bit harder. So I want you to go like that and go like that. Have a friend hold it down, and when you draw your line, I want you to hold your pencil like this. If you hold your pencil like this, it's harder to draw. So hold your pencil at the end and make a very light line going across your paper like that. And then I want you to do the same thing on this side. And if you have a friend that can help you, go ahead and do that. Hold it, hold it. Hold it tight and go like this. And now I have a huge X on my paper. If you're in my classroom, you can use one of these because I have a template done. If you're not in my classroom, I'll show you this way. You can just decide on how big you want your back wall to be, and you can make a line like, I'll make it a little bit smaller. You can make a straight line like this. So you can do this at your house, a straight line down, a straight line down, and then connect the bottom lines. And if the bottom lines aren't perfect, it doesn't matter because we're going to cover it up anyway. If you're in my classroom, I have a piece of cut paper for you. So what you're going to do is line up the top two parts like this, and then I want you to trace around the box. And if the bottom doesn't match, it doesn't matter because I'm going to do a next step anyway. And then, because hopefully you have drawn lightly, you can easily erase this. And now what we've created is a bedroom with our back wall, a ceiling and a floor, and 2 side walls. Awesome. And that's only with 8 lines. Actually, no, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, and we've just created space. So lines are super powerful in space. Go ahead and do that right now, please. All right, we're recording. So the next step that I want you to do right now is create a bed. And the reason why I'm going to have you create a bed is because most of our bedrooms do have a bed, number one. Number two, I'm going to make you do it in a specific spot, which isn't ideal for art, but because this is our first time ever doing it, you will be able to see me copy the same idea, and then you'll be able to move it around as you practice perspective more. So I told you earlier that objects that are in front are bigger, and as they go back, they get smaller. So the idea is that the bed that's in this room is going to be shoved against this back wall, and the bed is going to lay against this side wall. It's going to be shoved against this side wall. So if the headboard is right here, shoved against the wall, I want you, a bed is shaped like a, what? Rectangle. Thank you. So I'm going to have you sketch in, and you can use a ruler eventually, right away even, but I'm just going to sketch this in for right now. I'm going to put in a rectangle, and now it's taking up not quite half of my room. Now the rectangle the bed has to come towards me, so it's going to get bigger. So I'm going to make another rectangle just a ton bigger. And the rectangle is going to come over here. It's against this wall, and it's laying on the floor. So I'm going to make another bigger rectangle like this. Now I can't see through my bed, so so right now I'm going to leave it like it is. I'm going to actually create a glass bed, and then we're going to erase lines. So just pretend that it's glass. So you can, some of you can kind of see it. Headboard, footboard, and now I'm going to connect the same corners. Top right corner, top right corner. For sure, use a ruler at this point, and I'm going to draw lightly, so I'm going to connect it. Top left corner, connect it. Bottom right corner, it's already connected, so leave it. And then bottom left to bottom left corner, connected. And now I have the beginning of a bed that you can see through, which is not ideal, so let's fix that. And I'm going to erase, oh, that eraser doesn't work very well. I'm going to erase this line here and that line there. And now I have a solid bed. Before you go back to your table, I want to show you that one more time, okay? So I'm going to erase all this, and I just one more time. It works out a lot better. Stick with me. And this is our big idea. Big objects, or objects that are closer, come towards us. Objects that are backwards, go away from us. Okay, what's my next step?
Rectangle.
Where? Where do I put my rectangle?
The back wall.
Back wall. Tell me about the size. Yes, sir.
Smaller than the next.
Thank you. So if it's on my back wall over here, it needs to be smaller. So here's my rectangle. What's my next step?
Making a bigger one closer to bigger rectangle.
Awesome. You're right. I'm going to make my bigger rectangle coming over here. Now what do I do?
Connect to the corner.
Top right line. I like that. This is a time where I usually like to use my ruler, but I want to press lightly. What's my next step?
Top left.
All right. Oh my goodness, you guys are totally plugged in. What's my next step?
Bottom left.
Bottom left. And now I have a bed, and now you can erase the lines. Let me just show you one more thing because you guys have this so well right now. And this is also, I'll let you doodle a little bit. If you so want to, like Van Gogh does in his picture, you can take your bed off the floor by growing legs on it. Boom, 3 lines, and I just changed that scene. That's crazy. If you want to, you can make a headboard. Mrs. Selma likes fancy headboards. Ooh, like this. And you could do that kind of thing. Whoa, no pillows yet, thank you. But I love that you're going to say that because eventually you're going to put pillows on your bed. Yes. All I want you to do is go back to your table right now and draw the bed. Go for it. Thank you. So the idea now is I'm going to make all of you also have either, a dresser, thank you, or a table next to your bed. I'm going to show you a table right away, and that's the simpler thing to do. A table is, just like I showed earlier, it's bigger in front, and then it gets smaller as it goes back into space. And so basically, I'm creating a trapezoid top. You guys know what a trapezoid is as a 4th grader. Now I'm going to grow some legs. If I grow legs and the legs go here, it looks like the table is shoved into the wall. That doesn't make sense mentally. So we're going to grow the legs so they're actually on the floor. Thank you very much. And then I actually would see these legs, and they would just be like up against the wall. So I'll draw those legs out, and they're smaller. If you want to make that into a dresser, oh, that eraser. I'm going to erase a bunch of stuff here. And all you have to do is after you get these legs drawn, you're going to just make it into a shape. So you add a couple of lines and a couple of details, and you've just changed your idea totally. That's kind of mind-blowing. Big line, short line, and then a trapezoid, okay? The other thing I'm going to let you do right now is I'm going to let you doodle on this back wall. You can take a ruler. Please don't freehand this, but I'm going to freehand it. And you can build pictures, photographs, a window, a mirror, anything you want on this back wall, because this back wall should make sense in perspective. It's flat, and so it's easy to draw on. We just drew the bed and the dresser on this floor. That's why it's hard. But anything on this back wall you can decorate. If you want to put a lamp in here, I'm going to flip this over. If you want to put a lamp on this, this is not what a lamp looks like, even though I know that there's circles and shades and it can look like this. This is not a lamp.
That's what I was going to
What a lamp looks like is going to be an ellipse. A circle on its side is an ellipse. You can do a shade if you want to, curved line. You can do another ellipse. You can have little details hanging out of it. Some students do like lava lamps. Those are fun. Curve line, curve line, curve line. Don't, if you flatten this out, watch this. If I go like this, flatten it, flatten it, flatten it, I just killed space. Please don't kill space. We want space to live on your paper. So don't have straight lines. You want curved lines if you want curved things, okay? And I will let you play with this idea of a table right now. Get those legs on the floor. And we'll meet back here in a second, okay? Go ahead and do. If you want to do something creative with your ceiling, like put in a lamp or something that, or a light fixture that's hanging, if you take a look around the classroom right now at the speakers that are on the ceiling, they are not circles in your eyes. I know they are a circle, but they look like ellipses. They look squished, right? So if you're going to put anything on your ceiling, like some students like to put canned lights, those are lights that are like the speakers in this classroom that look like this. Sometimes students want to do something that's hanging like a chandelier, so I usually do an attachment. I have something that comes down. And then I like to do, you know, I'm just going to go kind of crazy chandelier here. Bigger, smaller lines, and you can do any kind of decorations you want. You can do more lines coming out. You have a chandelier now. Some students like to go a little disco ball. So they have it this hanging down again. And then they want to do something that looks like this and do their details across their disco ball. Oh yeah, you can do that if you want to. So now I have stuff that's hanging from my ceiling. Those are the rules. If you want to put something on your floor, if you want to put a carpet, like a circle carpet, it won't look like a circle. It's going to look like an ellipse or an oval. Thank you, you smarties. I love that. So we're going to go oval if you want. Some people like to have square carpets, like the one in the classroom. Sorry, doesn't look like a square or a rectangle. It's going to look like a trapezoid. So this is my long, look at the front, how it gets smaller. Watch. Long line, there's my carpet. Now I do a short line. Now I have my trapezoid happening. And now I have a carpet. I can put on tassels. And I can put stripes going across. If you want to put polka dots on your carpet and you do this, it's going to look like you have super balls around your bedroom, right? So if you want polka dots, guess what? Your polka dots get squished too. So you're going to have to make your polka dots into ellipses. If you want your stripes to go this way, it is a lot more challenging, friends. You know, like if you make it go up and down like this, your stripes, it'll make it look like you've just made a hole in your room and you can go down into that hole. That's not going to work. So check this out. If you want to do stripes going vertical, there's I do the middle one. Then I go in the middle of these two. So what I'll do is I'll do this. Middle of the line, middle of the line, middle, middle. So I'm going in between these, and then I draw these back. Watch. Middle, middle, draw it back. Middle, middle, draw it back. Middle, middle, draw it back. Middle, middle.